How to use a curling iron for beginners. Personally, it's one of my favorite hairstyling tools because of the versatility. Let's go together with a step-by-step guide on how to curl your hair. What is a curling iron? The curling iron has the clip, but the curling wand has nothing. I think there are three things when looking at a curling iron that are very important. Number one is the size of the barrel. Number two is the length of the barrel. And number three, does it offer temperature settings? Starting with the size of the barrel, that's pretty much how thick the barrel is. In my opinion, the optimum size is 1¼ inch, so 1.25 inches. The reason why I find that it has the most versatility to what type of curl or waves you want to achieve. You can do a very light bend, or you can do a nice tight ringlet with 1.25 inch. But again, those are all little techniques. The next thing, the length of the barrel. So there are different lengths, yes. Here you go. Just look at the difference. You have a long, extra long barrel versus like a traditional size, and then something in between. So I think depending on your hair length and your hair needs, I would go for something a little bit more traditional, or if you have very long hair, I would go for something like this, very long. That way you have a ton of real estate for your hair sections. Now let's talk about the curling iron temperature. I think it's a must for beginners to play around with the temperature settings for your hair needs. So the optimum temperature setting, in my opinion, for so many other hair tools as well, they think it's 365 degrees Fahrenheit. For me personally, I stick around 350 to 365. But again, it depends on what my hair is at that state. For example, if it's very bleached, I will go lower because my hair is damaged and it does not need that high of a heat temperature. But if your hair is coarse and it's thick and it can handle the heat, definitely go higher than 365 and play around with the hair temperature setting for your curling iron. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the visual tutorial of how to use a curling iron. Step one, add your favorite heat protectant. I'm just going to brush it through, make sure I don't have any knots, and also the heat protectant distributed through my hair. And the reason why they recommend to use a heat protectant is to make sure there are no heat spots on your hair when you're using a heat tool. I personally like to section my hair to get the best results. I like to start right above my ears, clip it back, pin it back. If you're a very beginner, like you've never used a curling iron before, please practice all of these steps with a cold, turned off curling iron. The reason why, you're going to get into your muscle memory, and also have a mirror in front of you. That way you can see exactly what you're doing, the way you're holding it, and understand like where the clip is, why the clip is doing what it's doing, how you need to maneuver your wrist, twist your wrist, and etc. That's what I did for a long time to understand, how do I twist it? Why is it twisting that way? Why am I getting kinks in my hair? And that way you'll be able to use a curling iron like a professional. Today I'm gonna use the Babyliss Pro curling iron. This is the 1.25 inch. Again, it's just one of my favorite sizes for the versatility, in my opinion. We're gonna go to, let's go like 360. So now you're gonna grab a section of hair. So if you grab a thicker section, it's gonna be more of a loose wave or even a slight bend in your hair. Now, if you grab a smaller section, it's going to be a little bit more defined. There's gonna be a little bit more curl, and it's not gonna be as loose. You grab a section of hair, you put it on the barrel, the clip is at the top. Again, I'm always using the clip. You give it a little twist, clip, little twist, clip, twist, open up the clip. You see how I'm always using the clip? And this is where you decide how much hair you want to be outside of the clip, like not in the barrel. You hold it there for a couple of seconds, and then the best and easiest way, you just slide it out. And always the very end, using the clip. So now going to the left side, the clip is going to be basically on the opposite. If I'm going towards my face, which I want to go towards my face, the clip is going to be on underneath my hair, the section of hair. It's not gonna be at the top, it's going to be underneath. So grab the hair, and I'm not going just down like this. I'm kind of going at an angle the way my hair is laying in the barrel. So again, using the clip, always have it in your finger, twist, take the clip and hold it open a little bit. Twist it back up, and I'm just going with the length of the section of my hair. Clip, open, closed, and now it's standing there. Hold it there for a couple of seconds, and then just gently slide down, and then with the clip, you gently just slide the hair out. That way it's nice and sleek and it's smooth at the bottom. This is going towards my face. There are no kinks. And the reason why I like to start at the root It just gives the most defined and consistent curl or wave. If you start at the bottom with the ends and basically roll your way up to the roots, the heat distribution is very uneven, and the top of the hair is going to be sitting on top of the other hair, and it's not gonna get the heat that you want. So now I'm going to go away from my face, and this is on the left side. So I'm putting the hair through the clip and the barrel. And you see how the clip is on top of my hair now? That's going to basically move the barrel away from my face, the curling iron. So using the clip, opening it up, do a little twist, use my thumb, open it up ever so slightly, move it back up, and move it back up. Hold it there again for, you know, depending on your hair type, and this is where you're gonna practice and find out what your hair needs. Slide, and then use the clip. Slide down. Bottom section is done. Let's create a new section of hair. Now this time I'm gonna go right up to my temples. Again, it depends on the length and the thickness of your hair. This is kind of where you're also going to play around with what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes I only do 2 sections, sometimes I don't section my hair. I just start from the very back and just work my way forward. Now I wanna show you guys, let's say I wanna go towards my face and I use the clip wrong or it's positioned wrong. Again, I have the mirror in front of me and you're looking at the mirror as well. So I'm like, okay, I wanna go towards my face. The clip is not even allowing me. See what it's doing? This is how you create the kinks. The clip will basically tell you if you're doing it right or wrong, depending on what you're trying to do. So this, we don't want this to happen. So if I wanna go towards my face, you're gonna look in the mirror and you're like, okay, the clip is now above the section of hair and it's working. It's not going against me, everything is smooth. And this is why practicing with the cold curling iron really helps, in my opinion. So now I'm on the left side and I want the curl going towards my face. Watch the clip. If I want to go towards, see how it's not letting me? There's a kink right away. That means I'm holding it wrong and you'll actually feel the tension a little bit. So now look at the clip. See how it's underneath and the barrel is on top of the section? Right away you'll be like, oh, okay, yep, that's the correct way. Slide down, and gently. I'm just going one more time, and I'm basically leaving off the mohawk at the very top. If you're still not really understanding like how the direction is supposed to go, like where the clip is supposed to sit, literally take the section of hair on a cold curling iron and practice that way, like holding the clip, opening the clip, twisting your hair up, twisting your hair down, sliding your barrel through your hair, and so forth. I promise you, practicing with a cold curling iron, all these little techniques, you will understand exactly what you're supposed to do when you're looking at yourself in the mirror. And once you're ready, turn that bad boy up, you're good to go. And this is where you're going to create your parting line of where you want your hair to sit. And the same thing, just go in the back and just bring the hair forward. So I'm just gonna roll it up about there. Roll it down a little bit more. Stop and hold. And then gently unwind. Slide down. Slide down. And now, don't forget to turn off your curling iron. I know I have to say this, but please turn it off and take it out of your outlet. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna let the curls really cool and set. And you can feel by just touching your hair. If it still feels warm to the touch, just let it go. Just don't do anything. So you can leave your hair like this. You can add some hairspray. You can add some hair texturing spray, dry shampoo. If your hair is really fine and silky, you need to add some texture to it. But if you don't, you can just use your fingers to comb it out, or you can just leave it like this. It's a personal preference. In my opinion, for my hair type and for what I like out of my hairstyle, I like using a wide tooth comb, or if you really want to brush it out, just use a regular hairbrush and really comb out and brush out your hair to give it more of that soft wave, soft bend. And there you go. You've mastered on how to curl your hair using a curling iron. I really hope this how to use a curling iron for beginners helped you. I hope it answered most or all of your questions of how to use a curling iron, why you should do certain things, why you shouldn't do the other things, and so forth. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful time exploring your curling iron and really figuring out what you want and what your hair wants. But for now, thank you so much for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see the next one very soon.